It's a Super Dial 89.3 FM. Welcome to your number one radio station. This is your boy. Wow. Have you ever been wondering how radio presenters sound the way they sound? Do you know those good attributes, those qualities that is expected, that is required of a good radio presenter? 10 attributes I'll be giving on this video. Don't move an inch. I'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome to another super exciting, educative video on this channel. Thank you for stopping by. If this is the first time of stopping by and to check in on my videos, oh, you're welcome. Kindly subscribe because you've got a lot to learn on this channel. Karikatalk is my name. Glad to have you. 10 attributes a good presenter is expected to have if you truly are an on-air personality. Number one, you must know your audience. You must know your listener. If you're a listener, if you're dealing with kids, you must know if you're dealing with kids. If you're dealing with 50, 60 and above, you must know so you know how to address them. If you're talking to kids, you rather address what's up kids, how you doing, how's mommy, how's daddy, hope you're cool. That is the natural way you talk to kids. We're talking to contemporaries, there is a tone. Talking to elderly person, there is another tone. So knowing your listener is key. Knowing your listener is highly important. So whatever programs you're working on, you need to know your target audience, and that will determine how you interact with them, and that will determine how you provide them what exactly they want. Number two is you must be social media savvy. Wow, that's quite important. This is 21st century, why social media platforms are everywhere, and if you're not there, then you are nowhere. Social media platform is quite important to you as a radio personality. A lot of your listeners don't even know you. They don't know what you look like, whether you're thin, whether you're tall, whether you're fat. But to see your social media will give them a clue of what you look like. See them on social media will create a platform for both of you to interact. You know, you chat, they are your favorite listeners and you're their favorite presenter. Wow, they like to meet you, they like to talk to you, they like to know one or two things about you, and that is an avenue to come guide and of course meet them. Number three, you must be good at painting pictures with words. That is very important. A good presenter must be good with adjective, describing your words. Let your listener understand what exactly you are saying. They can't see you, they don't know what you're talking about, but you need to paint that story in such a way that they have a glimpse of it in their mind. They have an imaginative memory of what you're describing. So a good presenter, you're expected to good with words, paint words, good adjective, and that will go a long way. Compared to television, compared to TV, whereby you describe, you give an instance, you can even show a clip to describe what you're saying. But on radio, no clips. It's strictly audio, not audiovisual. So you're expected to use good words and use the right words to describe or to tell your story. And of course, number four, talk to a single listener. As a presenter, you must have this interpersonal skills in talking to your listener. A single listener and not a listeners. Create that relationship between you and that very person listening to you. Quite unfortunately, it's not always easy when you're here and you say, what's up listener, welcome to another interesting edition of the show. Most time we find it easy to say, how people, what's up guys, because we all know that many people are listening to us. But professionally, you're not permitted to say listener. Say listener. Talk to that person. You, what's up? How are you doing? Quite a while, as if you know him or her, as if you can see him, as if it's in front of you. Now, such statement, such will engage your listener and will go a long way. Imagine on television, looking straight into the camera, just like the way I'm looking at you. You are feeling as if I can see you, even though I cannot see you, but you have a feeling and that this person is talking to you. Same thing you do on radio. Give that feeling to that your listener. You can't see him, but the only way to engage him is talk to him as if you're saying, "What's up? How you doing? I can see you having fun at home, man. Welcome to another interesting edition of the show." Imagine telling your listener that, "Oh, you're listening to me in your vehicle. Just make sure you're not over speeding." Someone who is driving at that moment will have a feeling that, "Oh, he's talking to me," whereas you are just talking generally. So, as a good presenter, one of the major attributes is to learn to talk to a single person and let him have this interpersonal relationship, feeling that you can see him, you know him, you want him, and of course you're talking to him. Number 5, listen to other presenters. Listen to other presenters. You can't overdo this. Listen to the radio station, listen to different channels, and of course, enjoy yourself. You learn a lot from other presenters. You learn 2 things. Is either you learn how to do it or learn how not to do it. So you learn from their mistakes, you learn from their abilities, and this you acquire more knowledge when you listen to other presenters. Not presenters in your own dial. Listen to other presenters in other radio stations. Tune in to other stations outside the shores of your country, outside the shore of your states, and you'll be so glad you did, because at the end of the day you learn different kind of skills. That does not mean you want to copy someone. That does not mean you want to sound exactly like someone. Sound, and that's at this point, let me say this, always sound like yourself. Be yourself. Don't sound like someone else. Represent your community, represent your locality, and that's what makes you a good presenter. That's what makes you unique. So don't try to sound foreign. Sound the way you need to sound. Number 6, prepare for every show. Every show is important, as if you've never prepared for one before. There's this saying that he who fails to plan, then plans to fail. He who fails to plan, plans to fail. I'm sure you don't want to fail. So definitely, each time you've gotten a presentation ahead of you, sit back, write your script, prepare so well, and dish out the very best to your listener. Don't forget that your listeners are comprised of both elite, comprised of educated, the literate one. So they have to tell you that you've got a lot. You can't give out bullshit and expect the literate one to take it. You can't give out bullshit and expect the elite to accept it. So you need to sound well. You need to give the very best. You need to give updated information to your listeners. And by that, you get a thumbs up. Number 7, a good presenter is never short of words. A good presenter is never short of words. Why? Because you must be versatile. You've read a lot about different courses. You've read a lot about different subjects. So at every important time, if you're talking about politics, you must have a say. If you're talking about anatomy, you must have a say. If you're talking about engineering, you must have a say. Develop yourself. Read wide to the extent that every point in time you are having an interview with someone, then you never get stuck at any point in time on when you don't know what to say. Oh, excuse me, I don't know what to say. I don't know the right questions to ask. While your interviewee is talking, you are thinking of what to say. You are following him or her, because at any point in time, if you finish the last statement professionally, you must come up with another idea. You must come up with another question. At any point in time, don't get stuck. A good presenter must always have something to say. And most importantly, not even have something to say, but nothing must catch you unaware. Always be prepared. Number 8, always laugh at yourself. Laugh at yourself. The way you present, the way you sound will go a long way. Laugh at yourself, smile at yourself, make jokes about yourself. All these will attract your listeners. All these will make your listeners to appreciate what you're doing. All these will give a supernatural attachment between you and your listener. Laughing about yourself, laughing about jokes. By the time someone calls in and you laugh at such person, he never feels embarrassed, he never feels insulted. He will just feel like, oh, that's Karikatalk, let's fun. You don't need to be a comedian before you laugh at yourself. You don't need to be a comedian before you start extraordinarily. You don't need to be a comedian before you start, you make simple jokes about yourself. Just Don't forget that laughter can be extremely contagious, and if the same way you laugh, your listeners will catch it right away. Number 9, never you be a boring presenter. Always agile, always happy, always in the mood to entertain your listener. Tell yourself that I'm here in the studio. Welcome people, man. This is your boy. Let them know you're around. The moment you're in the studio, let them feel the difference. Let them know that someone is around. Let them know that is going to make a great difference. Let them know that this very presenter will make my day. Let them know that with you, there is no boredom. With you, it's always interesting. With you, I'm here to engage you. Even when you have 4 or 5 hours to engage your listeners, they don't know until you exhaust the whole time and they look at their channel and say, oh boy, Kai, I've spent 5 hours listening to this guy. That makes you unique. That makes you a better and of course, the kind of presenter anyone would like to listen to. And number 10, always sound well. That chosen language you want to do, is it English? Is it your native language? You must always sound well. Watch your pronunciations very well. Make sure that you are pronouncing those words correctly, and that makes you unique. Make sure that you are conversant with pronunciation of words. Make sure you are conversant with some common errors that you are not expected to make as a radio presenter. All these are key and very important. Try it, give it a shot, give it a try, and in no time you become that presenter you want to be. But before I leave, I want to give you this key. I want to give you certain words that perhaps you usually mispronounce. Okay, number 1 word that perhaps you pronounce wrongly is challenge. Challenge, not challenge. Challenge, not challenge. Challenge, not challenge. Number 2 word is build. Build, not build. You surprised? Build, not build. Number 3 is Europe. Europe. Europe and not Europe. Europe, not Europe. Number 4, breakfast. Breakfast, not breakfast. Breakfast, not breakfast. Welcome to breakfast show. Welcome to breakfast show, not breakfast show. And finally, number 5, pepper. Pepper, not pepper. Pepper, not pepper. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm sure you've learned 1 or 2. I'm sure you are happy to watch this video. Thank you so much. Why don't you give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this? Subscribe, because I've got a lot to give you on weekly basis on this channel. Thank you very much. And you can also drop me a comment on where you want me to, a particular topic you feel like we can just treat on this show. But on this show, we'll take you from where you are to where you want to be. See you in the next video.